If you know that your nigga is easy and going, why would you take him to the club with you?
I unintentionally attended a freak off. I think it's...
Let me tell you how I accidentally ruined a marriage.
Story time on how the guy I met on Snapchat quick ad got me pregnant after.
How I got chlamydia, got banned from my college, and got in a fight on the same night.
I'm with Sid and Lil Baby. Yeah. We got 4 choppers this fuel.
Why I just left Walmart and this girl I used to go to school with, I'm talking about, she walked with me. Hey, Kirsten. I was like, hey, girl, I ain't seen you in so long. Woo-doo-doo, you know, just to make a conversation. She was like, can I get a ride home? I was like, you get a ride home? How did you get here? And then she was like, oh, I walked. And I was like, oh, okay, because I started feeling bad. So I'm like, yeah, you can get a ride home, whatever. So we walking outside or whatever. I noticed she lingering off in the back, like taking her precious time. I'm trying to walk to the car. Like, baby, you gonna get left. You need to be following me trying to get to this car. She finally made it to the car. She was in there. She was texting and stuff. And then I'm like, where you live? Let me know where you live. And then she told me where she lives like 14 minutes away. So I'm like, damn, you walk 14 minutes away to get to Walmart, bitch. What did you? And she didn't have nothing, mind you. She didn't have shit. So you walk 14 minutes for nothing, sister? But I digress. So I'm driving. I'm taking her home. She's telling me, turn right here, go straight, So, next thing I know, bitch, I've been driving for a little over 14 minutes at this point, and I'm just like, girl, you sure we going to the right place? She was like, yeah, just keep going. Baby, so right now, I'm starting to get suspicious. And then she's still in the phone, mind you. She's still in the phone, texting type of room. So, we finally make it to the destination, and then she telling me to pull in this long-ass driveway, and I'm just like, ooh, because the driveway ain't got no sides. It's like 2 deep-ass pits on the side of the road where you're supposed to pull in. So I'm trying my best not to go in the damn ditches on the side of the driveway. So I'm pulling in. I see this boy walk outside. He got a whole few on the side of him. I'm like, what the hell is going on? She's like, oh, that's my brother. Don't worry about him. I'm like, girl, if you don't get your ass out this car. She did not get out the car, y'all. And we in this long-ass driveway. And her brother's right there with a fucking pew-pew. So I'm like, oh, hell no. So I put the car in reverse. I reversed my ass out that long-ass driveway. I didn't give a damn about them little pits on the side. I was reversing that bitch. By the time we got to the end of the driveway, we was at the road again. And I told her she got to get out. She got to walk up that damn driveway. And when she walked up to that damn driveway, I took my ass, skirted out from that bitch. Mind you, we in the middle of fucking nowhere. I'm trying to get back home. Don't know why I said yes in the first place. Like, y'all, please stop being nice to these people. Please stop being nice. Say no, because why is your brother working out there with a damn pew-pew? Like, well, it was kind of giving set up. It was kind of giving they was trying to trap me. They was trying to get me. No, you can't get me, sister. So, yeah, I'm a little traumatized. I will not be doing that again.
If you know that your nigga is easy and going, why would you take him to the club with you? Now, let's start from the beginning. First of all, me and my homegirl at the first bar, right? While she's sitting down at the first bar, she tells me that the dude next to us is cute. Cool. As soon as she leave, I tell her, hey, my homegirl said that you're cute. Boom. They exchange numbers. Now, this big long-nosed ass nigga told us that he was leaving and he was going home. So when we go to the second bar, she calls her boo and she tells him, hey, meet me at the second bar. I don't know if the first nigga sniffed us or what, but as soon as he seen us walking up, this man comes up. Right? So now, she got stopped by the first nigga. The second nigga is on the way. And the third one, who I haven't yet to talk about yet, as soon as the first nigga walk away, a third nigga come up to her, right? So now, as we get in the bar, I'm trying to keep certain niggas distracted while she talking to the other one. We all over the place. You know what I'm saying? One of the niggas like, oh, dang, it's another dude talking to her. I said, well, he bought her a drink. So what you do? How bad do you want? You finna buy her a bottle? Like, what you finna do? So I snatch her and I tell her, we gotta go to the bathroom now. You two unorganized, baby. We need a plan, a strategy. We need the best way to keep this ship going efficiently. While we're in the bathroom and we talking, we say something along the lines of like, all these niggas. I'm like, yeah, you got all the niggas or something like that. I say something to my friend. Now, these 2 other girls is in there and she look up and she decides to include her motherfucking ass in our conversation and she says, oh, it better not be my nigga. We're all equally confused. We like, girl, wasn't nobody talking about your nigga? What are you talking about? So now, it's gonna get up there. I guess her nigga was standing outside the door, but my thing is, all these niggas in here, you think we want his ugly ass? We walk clean past. I didn't even know he was there. So my friend's trying to hold me back while the people is grabbing the girl and dragging her out the thing. But her boyfriend walk up and he like, my bad, John. She drunk. Like, she just drunk. And then people keep walking up to us like, they just got married, John. Like, they drunk. Like, just do-do-do-do-do. I'm like, nah, it's cool, but who is the bitch talking to? Don't be yelling at me about no ugly ass nigga. He ain't even have the audacity to be cute. eventually comes up and she's apologizing. She like, I'm so sorry, because look, here's the thing. It was me and 2 other people. The girl ain't say nothing to me, but if you say something to my people, you say something to me, duh. The girl started yelling at my friend's sister. When the girl ended up coming back, she started apologizing to everybody, and she like, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm just drunk, like, we just got married. So now she looks at the girl who she originally started yelling at, and she was like, I most importantly want to apologize to you, you know what I'm saying? The girl who is my people's, she looked at her like, I ain't gonna explain nothing to you. When she said that girl lost her mind. She like, okay, who is she talking to? Now who is she talking to? And then they gotta drag her drunk ass out. But then when she say it to her, the girl's fiance ends up jumping in like, why the fuck would you say that to her? So now we all beefed out. Cause we like, hold on, nigga, who the fuck are you talking to? So now everybody, you know what I'm saying? And then my friend get the trip and she starts pushing some random dude. I'm like, hold on. It can't be the whole bar versus us. Well, it will be. But it can't be. Like, come on, be realistic now. Let me tell you exactly what happened and why this girl started yelling at us. She started yelling at us because her nigga was getting fucked. Back to back to back to back. So he married her so that he can show his last act of loyalty. So she lost her mind as soon as she heard somebody talking to a boy around me. Bitch, call out the marriage. Like, if you can't trust that nigga that much, don't even get married to him. What are we doing here?
Okay, grab your water and let me tell you how I accidentally ruined a marriage. So I was working at K Jewelers while getting my master's degree. And the policy there is that everyone who comes inside of the store and they need to get their ring cleaned or inspected, we have to look up their account to log the inspection, right? Hear that. I was following company policy. Hear that. This man and his wife come inside of the store. She comes straight up to me and she's like, I'm here to get my ring inspected. I'm like, cool. I know how to do that. Let me hook you up, girl. I grab my tablet. And I'm like, who is the ring under? Whose name? And she's like, oh, my husband's name. So she tells me her husband's name, his phone number. Mr. Man back there looking at the watches. He not paying attention to nothing. Okay. So I enter husband name, phone number. Cool. After I do that, 2 rings pop up. And they look kind of similar. Okay. So it wasn't like, it was like one ring that was like a chocolate diamond and the other ring that was like a regular diamond. It was 2 cluster rings. And if you know about cluster rings, they kind of all look the same. No tea, no shade. So I'm like, ma'am, is it the ring from 2012 or 2009? She goes, 2009. So now I'm officially scared of this woman because I know what's up. I know what's tea. I can see the pieces coming together. She goes, hand me the tablet. And I go, no problem, because who am I to stand in the way of a woman scorned? So I go to the ring cleaning station and I'm cleaning the ring. And you ever been at somebody's house? You ever been at your friend's house while they getting in trouble? And all you can hear is their mama yelling at them in the background. And you just sitting in their room like this. That was me. So I'm sitting there inspecting the ring. And all I hear is, who was that ring for? Who was in 2009? You was married? You got another wife? And I'm like, wait. Yo, homie had 2 wives. 2 wives. I get done inspecting her ring. I walk back over to her and I'm like, here goes your ring. This man looks me in my face and goes, nice job, stupid. Because what you're not finna do is blame me for the fact that you decided to 2-time at K Jewelers. Okay, you got bigger fish to fry, my friend. The woman has herself a little shopping spree. She gets a necklace, a watch, and a little tennis bracelet for her troubles. And they go on about their day. And that was the last inspection I did. Water's done.
Diddy is not the only one who had them freak offs. If Diddy is, and Cassie definitely is a victim, Diddy ain't the only person going down. So y'all, I want a story time about how I unintentionally attended a freak off. I think it's crazy because people think that only Diddy started these freak offs, but I'm pretty sure anybody in the industry can tell you exactly how often freak offs happen. Now, this was back in like 2016. It was in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm gonna get straight to the point. Invited out by a group of people that were in the entertainment industry because I was a dancer and I had pulls and connects. I had those, so like anybody else that was in that time, everybody wanted to go to Atlanta. Atlanta was the Black Hollywood. So I go to this restaurant, nice ass restaurant. I made the comment that I was cold, and these people literally brought me a personal heater. Like, I mean, to me, that was something because I was young, and it's like, okay, little old me, okay. So fast forward that night, it was 3 men, and this is at the hotel. It was 3 men. I was family with one of them. So mind you, I was supposed to have 2 separate rooms. Everybody was in one room. I'm the only female in the room. That was the first red flag. I didn't care because I just knew at the end of the day, like, I could call up a female and it's Atlanta. Like, come on now. Okay, we go to this party that I wasn't even intentionally invited to. It was like I was just a +1. Mind you, I did know the dude very well. It wasn't like he was a stranger. No, we had done plenty of shows together with, I don't want to name drop, but like I am just to show credentials. It was Jessica, Dom, Melissa, Stevie. We had to work with a couple people. Okay, at the time, Love and Hip Hop was just starting out. So later on that night, it was a party, and it was a masquerade party. Did not know too much about masquerade parties. I just knew that it was this big mansion masquerade party, and everybody had to wear masks. So walking in, everybody had the type of mask that you wear to your face. If you didn't have one or brought one, they had them like at the table as soon as you walked through the door. Mind you, you did have to have a code, like a secret word to get in. And once you get in, it was literally just like a regular mansion ballroom type of thing. So this is where it get crazy, right? So my homeboy, or whoever you want to call him, he's an older dude. I'm younger. You probably would have thought the nigga was my sugar daddy, but if you know, you know. And for the people in the SIP, if you know the only man that I was hanging around and now he's locked up, you do the math. And no, it's not Diddy. Be for real. So anyway, this whole mansion party, it was like, you wouldn't have known if it was any celebrities there, like I said, because everybody had on masks. And I don't think this had anything to do with like no. So the guy that I'm cool with, he wanders off and he leaves me because there was like this back room. It had a red rope and it was security standing there. And if you did not know anybody, like you had to know somebody to get in this back section. Okay. That's like alcohol. But y'all, the alcohol was not the same type of alcohol that I drink now. And I was not a drinker until I started dancing. So it really makes me think now how much I honestly did not remember. Like, I don't know, minutes. He comes back. He says immediately, y'all, we gotta go. Y'all, when I tell you, when we get back to the room, this man act like he had seen a fucking ghost. And he literally told me, I'm trying to get straight to the point as possible. There were Asian kids that were performing sexual acts on Caucasian men. There were Vietnamese or Asian kids, again, serving Uggs on trays, dancing on top of tables, basically entertaining these men. And it was different rooms. It was room after room after room with this going on. He said that he was so disturbed because he had kids older than the kids that were doing all of this stuff. And the kids obviously had been so used to it. So honestly, it had me thinking, if a grown man is spooked out behind what he saw, till that day, y'all, when I say he was, like I said, promoters back then were not the same as promoters we're not the same as promoters now. Promoters back then actually booked people, like I said, we booked numerous of celebrities at the time. And it was never no problem. And like I said, the names that I dropped had nothing to do with this freak off. So that was just for credentials. But he stopped promoting. He stopped doing music. And he's also locked up right now for like, I think drug charges. I don't know. But he was never the same after that. He saw. But a couple years later, after this whole Justin Bieber Yummy Yummy video came out, y'all, that stuff made me sick to my stomach. Because as soon as you walk in, it was Just go watch that video if you ain't watched the video, but that's basically exactly how it happened. So I say that to say this. Diddy is not the only one who had them freak offs. If Diddy is, you know, and I can fact check everything. But anyway, stay tuned for the next story time about how one of the most famous rappers of their time tried to lie.
Story time on how I got chlamydia, got banned from my college, and got in a fight on the same night. Okay, so y'all, I was like 18 then, so I really didn't know no better. I'm on Tinder, I'm on BOK, I'm doing the thing, and I found this dude on there, and he was like super cute and shit. Like, he gave like Bryson Tiller vibes. He was a college boy. So we start FaceTiming, and I'm like, okay, he looks like what he looked like. He, you know, he the same dude. And we're FaceTiming for like 3 weeks. We're in talking stage. One night, my little homegirl's over, and we decide, okay, let's take a trip to the college. Boom. It's like that. So I texted him. I'm like, hey, let's pull up on you. This college was like an hour and a half away from where I'm at. So we drove an hour and a half. Not for no nigga, because that's just what we used to do. We should just drive out the blue. I had a car. I mean, we was going to see a nigga. So we drove down there, and we're like, boom, we here. We ain't never been to a college before at this time. So I'm like excited. I'm thinking we finna go to the parties too while we here. Boom. I tell dude, oh, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking around. He like, oh, I'm out here in the parking lot looking for somebody who said they was 5'10". I look around. I look down. This nigga was like 4'11". Why the fuck is you playing with me? He really did not even look like how he looked for real in person. But she here. I'm here on a mission. I'm doing what I was supposed to do. I ain't drive here for nothing. So I go into the dorm. We get there. Luckily, his roommate is there too. So it's like, cool. Like, we having a little 2-man. Okay. We drinking. I'm like, okay, vibe is good. I'm still not really feeling him, but I came here on a mission. Shouldn't have. But I came here on a mission, so I'm like, we gonna do what we do. So his roommate and my homegirl, they leave, and they chilling out there in the room. In, like, the lobby living room area. We ain't hunching nothing, but he ate the box. While he doing what he doing, I hear a knock on the door banging. I'm like, what the fuck going on? He get a text to his phone. He like, oh, that's my roommate. I don't know why he knocking on the door. I'm like, okay, bet. I hear more begging. I'm like, all right, what the fuck going on? So then this linebacker, big, wide-ass nigga come in the motherfucking room, blocking the motherfucking door. I'm like, oh, nah, bitch, this not what you think it is. What the fuck going on in this hole? So I get the fuck up. I'm like, what the fuck going on? I ain't no victim. What y'all, the fuck? So I proceed to push his ass hard as fuck from the door because I'm confused. Why, as soon as I walk out, I see 3 bitches yelling immediately. I'm like, hold on. This bitch gonna say, is you fucking that nigga? Are you fucking him? I'm like, shit. I hope not, cause bitch, he got chlamydia and he my boyfriend. Bro. I look dead at this nigga. And I attacked him. No bullshit. Why does nigga act like he had a seizure and was passed out on the bed for like 15 minutes? Baby, I didn't hit you that fucking hard now. This nigga laying here like this. Bitch doing that ain't gonna get... So I'm screaming in his face like, nigga, stop playing with me. You're not passed out. Stop playing. His homeboy grabbed me on my shirt. Like, man, stop yelling at man's face. You don't know if he had a condition or what. I'm like, who the fuck are you? So me and this nigga arguing at this point. So I'm packing my shit because I'm finna go. I'm not finna do this. While I'm walking out the college, this man starts following me. I'm like, hell no, this nigga crazy, bro. I'm finna do part 2.
Did you guys see the story about the Nigerian man who set his wife down and proceeded to tell her that he does not love her anymore? He's not happy. They had 5 kids together, okay? He no longer wanted to continue with the relationship. He was saying how he brought her from the UK 8 years ago. And 8 years ago, 5 kids. They have a lot of kids, like 5 kids under 8 years old. So very small children. He was about to leave her and walk out the door. He said he was going to make the decision to leave the family. However, he was going to try to support the family financially. The woman said, okay, no problem. She decided not to fight with him. She said, okay, if you want to do that, go ahead. Didn't make a big fuss. Okay, fast forward. 1 week later, she flew to Nigeria, took all the kids' passports, and flew without the kids to Nigeria and left the kids with her husband. Booked a flight back to Nigeria, left the man in the house with the kids. And remember, she took the passport, so just to make sure that he couldn't bring the kids to Nigeria with those passports. Okay, so she left him with the kids. He's been calling Nigeria nonstop, trying to get in touch with her. her family over there does not care. They stopped answering his calls pretty much for the most part. They do not care. They don't want to hear what he has to say. Just her mom is the only one that'll even answer his phone calls anymore. Now, since nobody's paying attention to him over there, he's come to the internet to, just try to explain to everybody and say, like, she never loved the family, how he's overwhelmed. He no longer has time for himself. He can't play basketball anymore. He's even saying that the kids' tantrums are purposely the kids are trying to hurt him on purpose by throwing tantrums. Now, remember, all the kids are under 8 years old. He can't take it. His sister has to come help him because he can't take it. He was about to leave her with 5 kids and do the exact same thing that he's complaining about. He was about to do that to her. And then she did a reverse Uno on him. Okay, I don't even know if that's considered reverse Uno. I don't know how to play Uno. Don't tell nobody. All right. But she pulled the reverse on him, and now he got stuck in the situation that he would have that he was going to put her in. So this is just for me to remind you that, like, sometimes people will do things to you that they could not handle being done to them. I mean, obviously, the people who are getting the biggest brunt of this are the kids, those poor kids. But he's now coming to the internet expecting people to feel sorry for him because now he can't handle it. I mean, what did you think that you were going to do to her, sir? Yeah, he can't handle it. So I just want to know, you guys, what do you think? Do you think she was in the wrong? I just want to hear what you guys have to say about this. Do you think she's the bad guy? Do you think he's the bad guy? I mean, essentially, he was going to do that to her, and she did it to him. So, what do you think about this, guys? Let me know in the comments. Anywho, love you. Mwah.
Story time on how the guy I met on Snapchat Quick Ad got me pregnant at 15 years old. Me and my boyfriend met on Snapchat from Quick Ad whenever I was like 11, about to be 12. I think it was 2020. It was 2020. I'm sure you guys know how around that time everybody would just like add everybody on their Quick Ad. Well, I don't know if everybody did that, but a lot of people here did that. We texted and stuff, whatever. I'm literally like 11, 12 years old, so nothing serious. We decided that we were gonna sneak out. By sneak out, I mean I was literally gonna go outside of my house, out through the front door and sit on the curb. Anyway, we did that a couple times, and that's actually how we met in person, sitting on the curb outside my house in the middle of the night, which I'm actually not sure if my parents know that. And then he started coming over like to my house, but we would be like hanging out outside and stuff, whatever like 12-year-olds do. I don't really know. We broke up for a while, got back together, broke up again, got back together again, and then we got back together for real my freshman year of high school, and that was his sophomore year of high school, and we've been together for 3 years now. When I got pregnant, we had been together for a year and a half, almost 2 years, I think. Yeah, we've been like off and on dating for like 5 years. It wasn't just fast. Well, I was, but you get it.
My daddy came home early and caught me having sex at 14. Let me tell y'all the story. Okay, I'm gonna stop getting on here looking crazy. But first, they told me to push the content out. Let me just push the content. I'm trying to have fun with it. Let me just push the content. So, I was 14 years old and my boyfriend was 16. And at this time, we was having a long distance relationship. So, like, I would go to my dad's house every other weekend. So, I would see him twice a month. And so we had already planned to have like sex one day or whatever, but like we was being impatient. Like, we're kids, we're impatient. So we was just like, I was like, just come over on this night. My daddy, he gotta go to work. I know what time his lunch break is, and I know when he get off, and whenever he come home, if he come home early, blah blah, all that. But at this time, it had been a minute since he came home early. He would only come home on his lunch break, and if I'm not mistaken, I think this night job he had, I don't think he came home on his lunch break. He would come home on his daytime lunch break. So he pulled up or whatever, and so he gave my little sister, and my cousin was there. He gave my little sister some snacks so she wouldn't snitch. So, y'all, we go to the bedroom, turn the TV up real loud. We get to do what we doing. We doing what we doing. You know what I'm saying? We hold down, throw down. So, after I get done, on top, I look out the window, and girl, I see him pull up. I see my daddy pull up. All I seen was like the tail lights, like the back lights. I was like, oh shit, get the fuck up right now, get up. So y'all, he get up, we start throwing shit everywhere, shit under the bed, stuff in the closet. I'm like, you know what? I can't find my clothes. We can't find that. I only found one of his shoes. I don't know why we got in there and stripped each other down like we on one of them couples on the movies or whatever. So what happened? So my daddy busts in the room, right? And so the dude, he in the closet. So my daddy, he come in and he like, why you naked? Where your clothes at? I said, I just got out the shower because I had a towel around me. That's the only thing I could find. So he was like, why you naked? Where your closet at? I said, I just got out the shower. And y'all, he slapped me and I fell. And I was kind of embarrassed because the closet that my boyfriend at the time was hidden in, like, it's vents, like little see-through things in there so he could see. So my daddy slapped me. I get up. He's talking about something, where he at? If I find him, I'm a pew him. So I was like, what you talking about? Anybody here? So, y'all, he leave and go to the car to go get his gun. Y'all, when I tell you, I ran to the living room so fast when my sister and my cousin was, and I started crying because I'm like, he finna find him. He finna pew him. Like, he finna be gone. So, he go back there. He go straight to the room, y'all. I'm scared. Why he don't find him? So, he come back up there to the living room, and he like, come show me where he at, or he like, come show me where he at, or he said something, I don't know. So I go back there with him so I can finally just show him where he at. Y'all, he not even in the closet no more. He's out the closet standing by the bed calling his brother because that's who dropped him off. Long story short, my daddy put the weapon down and they started fighting or whatever, and he beat him up so bad. He was bleeding everywhere, bleeding all throughout the door or whatever. Long story short, after he left, my daddy whooped my ass. And then my boyfriend at the time, he had came back to tell me that he loved me and that he was never gonna leave me. Now just thinking back on it, that shit was crazy. And then the next day, my dad, the only thing he said was, y'all in a long distance relationship. You really think you his only girlfriend? Like, that's what you want to say to me? Like, yeah, I think I'm his only girlfriend. But I think so. Long story short, know your parents' schedule before you be sneaky. Long story short, about almost 10 years later, no, I'm lying. About 5 years later, I found out that my sister told, the one that was there in the living room, like, girl, he brought you some snacks, so you want to snitch. And he still snitched.
One of the craziest things that's ever fucking happened to anybody just happened to me, and I honestly, I'm really questioning my reality. So I just got on a flight, okay? I sit down. The couple in front of me, they have like a 6-week-old baby, okay? And they immediately start fighting on the flight, straight up. Like, she just steps on his neck right away, where she's like, something is wrong with your fucking brain. Like, something with the way that it works is fucking wrong with your brain. And he's like, oh my God, why are you doing this right now? And she's like, no, because like something is seriously fucking wrong with you. And I'm like, damn girl, like what's going on? And she is not being quiet. She's just going for it. And like, while this is happening, they're like, fasten your seatbelts. Like, they're doing the in-flight announcements. And so they'll like pause. And then they'll go right back to beefing. And he's like, oh my God, like, I'm not the one who's freaking out. You're the one who's freaking out. And that's why that guy had to grab you. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm just sitting there being like being nosy, like, and everybody else on the flight's ignoring it. Okay, so, and they're like being loud, where they're talking at a volume of like, and honestly, and I'm like, so they're going back and forth, and she's like, no, because like, why is there a bitch in your phone? I'm like, oh shit, like drag him by his hair down the aisle, girl, no one will say anything, what's happening? And she's like, cause why is she messaging me that you were creeping on Snapchat? And he's like, oh my God, all I did was add her, we weren't even talking. And then she was like, why did you add her? And he's like, because she added me. And she's like, because she just told me that she was talking to you and that you were creeping. And he's like, did she send you screenshots? And she's like, no, because it's from Snapchat. And he's like, exactly, so nothing happened. I don't know why she's saying that. I just added her. The baby's quiet as hell. What's this happening? I'm like, damn, they fight like this all the time. This baby doesn't give a fuck. That's crazy. Is it just because it's like 6 weeks old? Because I don't know. I don't have a baby. I'm like, what's up? Like, I thought babies cry, fucking everything. This is crazy. And so they're just going back and forth. Again, pausing every time that they're like, don't forget the flotation devices are under your seat. And they're like, anyway, fuck you. It's crazy. So then he's like, oh yeah, nothing's ever in your phone because it doesn't have to be. And she's like, oh my God, what does that mean? And he's like, why are you still hanging out with your ex? Why is he hanging around? I'm like, ooh. And then she immediately gets defensive. So I'm like, oh, like, did he just like touch a nerve? Like, what's going on? And so she's like, oh my God, he's not even around that much. And he's like, you just went on a picnic with him one-on-one. And she's like, oh my God, that was to celebrate our pregnancy. And he's like, yeah, but I'm the dad. Like, what the fuck? And I'm like, what is going on? And then she's like, it's not like anything happened, bro. Like, I was huge at that time. And he's like, oh yeah, because that stopped Stefan Diggs. Pop culture reference. What is happening? And I'm just sitting back there like, I'm texting like my friends and like Kylan about this, being like, bro, like live updates and shit. So then they're going back and forth, and she's like, he's not even around that much, like, why are you even worried about him? And he's like, oh really? And he just immediately lists off like 5 times the guy's been around recently, and I'm like, damn, it is not looking good for our girl. And then she looks at him, and she's holding the baby now. He was holding it at the beginning. They passed it off. She looks at him, she goes, why are you even getting mad on a flight, bro? Like, why are you even fighting on a flight, bro? And he's like, honestly, I don't know. And I'm like, did I just watch her gaslight successfully just now? Like, this is great. Like, she started it. And so I'm just like, oh my God, like, what's going on? And so then she's like, don't try that shit with me again. Like, I'm not a dummy. And then he's like, okay. And then they start like hysterically laughing. And I'm like, what is the tone of this moment? Like, what the fuck is going on? So then the flight takes off. Okay. They start rehashing it again, and it's like quieter, so I can only hear bits and pieces, but it's mainly about like they're just re-looping, and she's bringing up Snapchat, he's bringing up the ex, it's going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. At some point, like 30 minutes before she land, she's like, oh, the baby. And then they both start fussing over the baby. So I'm like, oh, I guess the baby woke up. But this baby's well behaved as fuck. Like, this baby hasn't made any goddamn noise this whole flight. I'm like, this baby is so calm that I'm nervous about it, honestly. Like, I don't know what's up with this baby. Like, I'm glad it's not dead. I was starting to get worried, but like, what the fuck? So then we get off the flight, or the flight lands, so we're getting ready to get off, and I know that he's like effectively losing this fight because he starts narrating everything he's doing out loud, and she's just like straight up ignoring him, holding his baby like this. It's like swaddled. She's like giving him the cold shoulder, and he's like, gotta put on my jacket, gotta zip up my bag. And then anytime he meets any sort of resistance, like he can't get his arm in the jacket all the way, or like he can't zip up his bag, he's like, bruh. And I'm like, damn, this guy's annoying as fuck. Anyway, so like, I see where she's mad. So then they like stand up, they go to get off the fucking plane, and I'm walking behind them. I've been behind them this whole time. So all I can really see is the back of each of their head, and then like the top of the baby's head. It's got some hair. It's got a little bit of a cone head. It's like a new baby for sure. It's got like a small head still. So like, we get out, and this shit, I cannot prepare you for this shit. I cannot prepare you for what happened next. I'm honestly still reeling about it. I'm questioning my reality. I really am. We get off the flight. I see the front of them for the first time, and he's like, hand her to me. She hands the swaddled baby over, and then he grabs the baby by its head. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you should be worried about a soft spot. What the fuck? And then he picks up a coconut, and he holds it in the sky, and he goes, coconut. And then he re-swaddles it, and they start holding it again like a baby. And then they walk to baggage claim, and they keep holding it like a baby, talking about the baby this, the baby that. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that was a coconut the whole time? That's why the baby was so quiet, because it's a coconut? That's why I thought maybe the baby was dead or something, because he was never truly alive, because it's a coconut? How did you even get a coconut on the flight? Why are you leaving Philly with a coconut to go to the Midwest? Like, I know they sell coconuts everywhere, but like, why? It's not like it's like a souvenir of like, oh, Philadelphia coconuts, unless I'm mistaken. But like, what the fuck? And they're talking about the baby the whole time, so I would think like, oh, maybe they were referencing a baby that they had back at home, but like, they swaddled it and they were rocking it and shit, and they kept referring to it as the baby. But then also, I was like, maybe they're on crack, and then I was like, but then why did he break, like, why did his disbelief get suspended? Like, why was he aware at one point that it was a coconut to the point where he could go, coconut, without them both freaking the fuck out over the fact that the baby's a coconut now? Like, what? And my dad picked me up. I'm telling all of this to him, and he's like, maybe it was some like couples therapy thing of like, oh, like pretend that you have a baby, you know, like to imagine greater responsibilities outside oneself or something, or like maybe she's early pregnancy and they're trying to prepare, and like their couples therapist recommended this. And I was like, sure, but then why didn't they give them a baby doll? Why is it a coconut? And again, how did they get the coconut on the plane? Like, can you just bring coconuts on the plane? Like, it's a plot twist it's a true plot twist. Because who the fuck would have thought that was a coconut? Like, hours of my life, I believed a coconut was a baby. Huh? And I have so many questions that are never going to be answered about this. I'm reeling. I'm actually fucking reeling.
After hearing those wild stories, what was your reaction? If you binge watched to the end, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Want a part 2? Let me know.